Today we get to combine my two favourite things, stick wrestling moves and animals. Let's go. Being an apex predator, there is little that realistically poses a threat to a killer whale. However, seemingly just to rub it in the faces of all the other animals, killer whales sometimes hunt the largest animal on Earth just because.
So for people who don't know, what is an apex predator?
Oh, right, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know what that word means and didn't watch our video about Gustav, that big giant crocodile who's bulletproof, basically an apex predator is a creature considered so utterly dominant over the environment in which it lives in that nothing in it can pose a threat to it. Killer whales are apex predators.
Humans kind of are, aren't they, now?
I guess we are, yeah. I guess you consider us apex predators because nothing can realistically pose a threat to us. But then again, a lot of animals pose a threat to a human being. Like a scorpion, like most horses, bears, a couple of species of seahorse, could probably like swim into your like throat and kill you.
I imagine most things can go to your throat.
Yeah, like most birds could like fall out of the sky and hit you. Like, I don't think we're apex predators as much as we just got cars. So if you sit in a car, there's not many animals that can do much.
There's not much a car can do to kill a whale, though.
I don't know.
Depends how good your aim is.
If it's on land. If a killer whale was on land, I think I could take it. All I need to do is keep my distance. If you keep your distance, there's not really much you can do. It's basically just me watching it die. So that's not really a fight for the ages, but it's probably one that you get someone somewhere to pay to watch on pay-per-view. Man versus whale. Let's see if it's just me sat in a chair reading a book and it just suffocates on land.
Is it tries to gradually edge itself closer to you? And yeah, it gets like within 5 or 6 feet, you just pick up your chair and walk away.
Back, yeah. That's what I think. Have you heard, like, what was it, Michael Phelps? He's racing a great white shark. I'd love it if it was Michael Phelps racing a great white shark on land. The shark just gets put on the finish line, he just runs, and the shark's just like flopping around. And he's like, ah, nature, you haven't got shit on mankind. For anyone who's currently doubting that a killer whale is an apex predator because they're just so damn cute, I'd like to point out they regularly hunt and kill great white sharks.
That's a great white, just in front.
So have you ever heard how they do this? Because it's actually kind of amazing, and also all kinds of terrifying. To hunt sharks, killer whales take advantage of something called tonic immobility, I think it's called. But basically, if you turn the shark upside down, it can't really right itself or swim away.
So the brain gets flooded with this neurotransmitter called serotonin. And when this gets an overload of serotonin, the animal goes into this sleep.
And it just drowns. Jokes, obviously, sharks need to continue moving forever to keep passing water through their gills. They drown, and then do you know what the killer whales do? They'll eat their liver and then leave the rest of them there. So sometimes killer whales kill great white sharks, probably the most feared fish in the entire ocean, just to eat their liver. That's some Hannibal Lecter shit.
This sounds like a horror story.
That's Hannibal Lecter levels of shit there, isn't it? They kill sharks and eat their liver. That's the exact, no, that is the line Hannibal Lecter uses. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a Chianti.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
As an aside, have you ever heard like the theory about why he says that? No. Because fava beans and the Chianti in a liver is full of a lot of vitamin A. And the vitamin A would react badly with the medication that he's taking. Because he's supposed to be on like anti-psychotropic drugs or something like that. So that line is supposed to be a subtle hint to the fact that Hannibal Lecter stopped taking his medicine. That's a bonus fact for the people watching.
The more you know.
The more you know. Why have we never used that in a video so far? How have we never used that in one of our videos? No, let's just stop, like real talk. Like, you're in charge of the clips. That's your job, right?
Yeah, okay.
How have you never used the clip of the more you know? Ever? We've made like 100 of these now, haven't we? We've never done that.
I'm pretty sure this is actually like number 100 or something like that.
How have we never done that? They seem so obvious. This entire channel is just me like, here's some random crazy bullshit you never knew. And then you're saying, Karl, that can't be true. You're using hyperbole. It's like, no, Brad, it is true. Why have we never just ended that with like, the more you know?
Maybe I thought I felt cheap, Karl, but we could do our own thing.
Let's make it our own. Could we do it so it's my face is on the little star as it's flying through the universe?
Yeah, let's do it.
With the rainbow behind it? I'd like to see that. Would you like to see that in the audience? If you do, just press 1 in the comments below. Okay, enough of you pressed it. Here it is.
Just want to point out for the audience watching that whenever Karl says, could we do that? It means an extra half hour of work for Brad.
So what it means, if you saw that previous bit, that means Brad could be asked to put the effort in. So well done, Brad. If not, you're not going to see this, so I can just say this. Fanny farts. Bastard. Twat waffle. That's not going. That's not going in. Right.
It might go in.
No, don't put it in. I'm saying no.
But what if I put that bit in where you say don't put it in? I've done that before.
You're a twat.
I'm apparently fired. That's
You're
why
fired. You'll be fired forever. I know what I'll do is I'll just give more work. Next time we record one of these, I'll just mention loads of stuff.
Every single bit. Was it possible, Brad?
And I'll say it so fast that you won't be able to cut it properly. And so just to hammer home how terrifying killer whales are, have I ever told you the story of Tipfin?
I don't believe you have.
Okay, audience, strap yourself in because this story is amazing, right? Great white sharks are scared of killer whales. Like, scientists know this, experts, and it's like, we don't know how sharks know, but when a killer whale attacks a great white shark, every shark for miles around just disappears, and we don't know where they go. Somehow the sharks know that one of their brethren has been attacked by a killer whale, and they fucking hate it and like swim away. In 1997, the scientists had tagged a shark they called Tipfin, and they observed that after a killer whale attack, every great white shark in the area disappeared. And do you know what Tipfin did? Tipfin dove to about a mile below the surface the second the attack was recorded and swam straight to Hawaii.
Tipfin travels more than 2,000 miles across the Pacific. It seems like great whites would rather cross oceans than deal with the hungry killer whales.
This shark was so shit scared because he'd heard or sensed that a killer whale was nearby that he swam to Hawaii.
He just instantly needed a vacation.
Just like, no, I need to get out of here. It's like wearing a little hat with a briefcase like tucked under its fin, just swimming. So no, I'm not paid enough to deal with it.
Where you going, Tipfin? Nope, not staying around here.
Just like, nope.
It was a traumatic event for these sharks, who would normally be staying around there for the season.
So yeah, if you don't believe that killer whales are scary, great white sharks are not only scared of them because they can turn them upside down and eat their livers and eyes, they like flee at the mere sight of feeling that they might be near. Like, they're not even scared of him like when they see him. It's just the feeling that one might be nearby is enough for them to be like, now fuck this. I'm going to Hawaii. I need to go to Hawaii. No. Moving back to the topic at hand, by far the most terrifying example of killer whale intelligence and their tenacity for murder occurred when experts witnessed a group of killer whales ganging up and attacking a blue whale.
Isn't a blue whale an apex predator as well? It's fucking huge.
Technically, no, because they don't actually hunt anything, so I don't think they count as predators, but they're generally considered to fall into the category of apex predators because it was believed for a while at least that they're so massive that nothing could attack them.
You think nothing would?
Yeah. Enter the killer whale.
That'd be the worst porno ever. Enter the killer whale.
Free Willy.
Jesus.
Come on, it wrote itself.
So how do they do this? Because the title of this video, as everybody knows, is about elbow drops.
And I'm not lying, Brad. Like, they did use elbow drops, or what you could understand an elbow drop to be if translated to the killer whale physiology. So to explain, scientists observed a 60-foot long blue whale being attacked by a group of about 30 killer whales. And the killer whales basically straddled its flanks so it couldn't escape, and then one by one leapt out of the water and landed on the blue whale's back in an attempt to submerge it to drown it, while the other ones on its side took nips at its like fins and things like that, and the backs of its tail.
They're literally rolling off of its back and chewing on it.
And they did this for about 5 to 6 hours, until eventually they gave up and the blue whale was able to swim away. But just imagine the scene here. For 6 straight hours, killer whales repeatedly body slammed this poor blue whale in an attempt to drown it. They attempted to drown a creature known for being the largest creature in the ocean. A creature that can hold its breath, I think, for like an hour, maybe 2. So they were trying to drown a creature that can hold its breath for longer than one of the Avengers movies. I believe the words they used in the source I used for this is body slam. But I don't think it was a body slam because obviously the whales jumped up and then turned to their side so they could slide off and get things. So to me, that's an elbow drop. That's channeling the spirit of Randy Savage right there.
Randy Savage leaps in! Yeah, he got it!
Just delivering thundering elbow drops over and over and over again. It could only make it cooler if they were like doing little flips in midair. Joe, for style points. Because, oh my God, like how unlucky is that poor whale? Just getting ganged up on by like 30 whales, all leaping out, like 2-ton giant mammals, just flying, leaping out of the water and badoosh.
They're literally staying on top of the animal so we can't breathe.
So obviously it didn't work because blue whales are so massive that it's very, very difficult for even a creature as large and as powerful as the killer whale to hurt them in any meaningful way. But when there's 30 of them, you don't need to hurt it with one attack. You just need to make sure it can't move so it, like the other 4,000 get it. And the fact that the killer whales will even try in the first place kind of suggests that they've done this before and that in some cases it works. Because obviously the smart creatures, they wouldn't try to do this just to be a dick.
So do we have any evidence this happened before?
Yes, about 25% of all blue whales observed in the wild have bite marks on them from killer whale attacks, suggesting that they do this a lot. And at the very least, they take nips and bites out of their fins and tails.
No tail on that whale now. Taking a big chunk out of it.
And there's also as well footage. I don't think you'll want to put this in because it is quite harrowing and sad to see of killer whales do attack blue whale calves. So that's quite sad as well. So they've been known to separate blue whale calves from their mother by like repeatedly splashing them and elbow dropping them again. And it shows you like the blue whale, like you think, oh, blue whale can fuck up these tiny whales. It's like, it can, but not forever. And all the killer whales don't need to kill it. They just need to distract it long enough to steal its baby. And it's like, oh no, killer whales, why are you such assholes? So the stuff you see about killer whales doing, where like they intentionally beach themselves. They're one of the few creatures that have been observed doing this. You must have seen the clips. They beach themselves to catch seals. They're one of the few creatures that's able to do something that it knows can endanger its own life. And they do it just to be a dick. Fuck you, killer whales. Damn it, those creatures are terrifying. So I think it's a bit sad to close on the idea of killer whales just like murdering countless denizens of the ocean. So I'm going to tell you about my friend who fucking loves killer whales. He loves killer whales. He watches Free Willy all the time. I'm going to call this friend Adam because that's his name. Yes, that's right. It's another story about Adam. Right, when I was in China, when I went to visit him, right, for his birthday, someone bought him an ocarina shaped like a killer whale. And this story's a short one, but I want to tell you this story because, do you know what? I think it's the strongest and the fastest pun I've ever pulled out of my ass. Basically, when he got this and he opened it, I went, oh, what is it? Oh, it's an ocarina shaped like a killer whale. And I was about 5 drinks deep at this point. I went, oh, it's an ocarina. And I realised, that's it. That's the top. I'm never going to talk a joke, and nobody laughed. Because everyone was too drunk to get it. So I'm telling that story now, because fuck it, that was a good joke. That was a strong pun to come up with on the fly. And I'm very proud of it. So yeah, what's your best whale pun, audience? Beat that. Show me in the comments.
Whale pun?
Whale pun?
I can't imagine that there's going to be many people with whale puns.
Mate, I had ocarina locked and loaded in 2 seconds. People have got all the time in the world to think about this. They can't come up with no better whale puns for music. Hey, you know what? Whale puns for musical instruments. Why not? Let's make it difficult. So I came up with ocarina, and that's fucking solid. And I don't think anyone's going to beat that.